Hello everyone! As we're currently waiting for the second part of episode 70 to get released, I decided to do something more lighthearted and fun this time. So, today we're going to talk about the January Skibidi news that seemed to have shaken the internet a bit recently. So today, I'm about to tell you what exactly has been going on in the outside world, and why is the Skibidi series by Boom is under fire. What's going to happen with it soon, and how in the hell the Russian police is being connected to it. Grab your tea and snacks ready because this is going to be quite hilarious. Let's go! So if you guys didn't know, there's something really ridiculous that's going on right now. And currently, it was posted in multiple news channels a few days ago that Russian government has decided to check Skibidi toilet series for several sins, something like ruining children's mental health, extremist nature, or else. And how the heck did it even get started? Well, the culprit was the parent of one of the young fans of this show living in Moscow, who saw the singing toilet in his kid's phone screen on the 15th of January and decided that it was the devil sent or something like that. He stated angrily that the core nature of Skibidi toilets is giving bad influence on his kid and demanded Russian police to ban it for good. The claim was hilarious in its root, and this parent actually demanded the Russian police to check this web series on the destructive or malicious nature for the children's health, and right now, the police is actually kinda dealing with it. I also got the information that the police are interested in this series due to its plot that involves the confrontation between the alliance of different nations and the giant army of creatures with the intention to conquer the planet. Don't you see a funny resemblance here somewhere, my dudes? Well, anyways, let's not lean way too deep into this, but let me just say that it's just really funny to see Russian police actually getting involved in stuff like this when there's something much more significant to pay attention to, if you know what I mean, of course. The plot may be not the only aspect of the series that might have actually pissed off some proud Russian citizens/police officers. It may sound funny to you guys, but some people can really see some sort of illusion on the fight against the dictatorship system in this series plot, even if it's being implemented in a really unserious way. And by the way, it's not actually false. Do you guys remember the secret video that was published on Boom's channel a long time ago before he started animating Skibidi toilet series, but then it got hidden? And if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, I highly recommend you to watch the old video of mine that I've made on this whole thing. You can check it out after finishing this video first. And by the way, as we started speaking of my channel, let me remind you to subscribe to it if you haven't done it already, because we're only 15,000 subscribes left of the pretty cool round number I want to see really soon. But now let's also get back to business. And from this secret video that he had made but then got hidden, we can see his first usage of the cameramen, but as a metaphoric figures of dictator government regime that keeps him as a prisoner. In that video, cameramen were resemblant of the system that watched us all the time, which reminded me of Big Brother from George Orwell's 1984 dystopian book. By the way, here's an interesting detail about this video. In this scene, one cameraman is using his baton as a weapon, which is a really popular weapon among the Russian police officers. Is it just a coincidence, or you guys are seeing the same pattern as I am here? And if you don't believe me, there's even more to it. A model of the first TV man also appeared in this secret video, and on its TV screen, you could see a dark silhouette of a guy who looked suspiciously similar to the president of one not-so-little-known country, if you guys are catching my meaning. So all that kind of supports the theory of the guy who demanded this series to pass the check of being guilty and having anti-dictatorship vibes. And in case you didn't know, guys, Russian government has a really bad allergy towards any type of satire made about Russian political figures or political or social environment in there in general. And unfortunately for Skibidi toilets, this allergy can be spread on internet satire as well. And to tell you even more, in 2015, Russia even passed the laws forbidding memes that mock or satirize its public figures. Besides, there are a few other connections to Russia that this series has, although all of them are being portraited in just the meme way, without being way too serious. For instance, he has a meme Skibidi episode where multiple presidents of different big countries appeared in this universe, although it cannot be applied to the canon and the plot of the original series. And as we already touched that topic, Russian attributes were not the only ones present in the series. I mean, what about the Destroy Obama button in the second episode of Multiverse of Beatbox? Or did everyone forget about it so quickly? But you can ask me though, hey ISO, but why are we talking about Russian police in specifics today? And well guys, there are multiple answers to this possible question. First of all, it's just ridiculously funny, so why not mention that? Second of all, well, let me vaguely say that Boom is not actually completely disconnected from that field, although his origin is not the primal reason for Skibidi Toilet series to get investigated. I'm really cautious here, guys, because I have no right to say something excessive about the private life of Boom outside of his working sphere, but be sure that this hilarious news title is kinda related to him, although just slightly. And third of all, believe it or not, but Russian police is not the only type of governing force that used to turn its anger against the Skibidi toilets. In case you guys already forgot, the English-speaking internet was also once affected by the moral panic caused by a lot of parents and elder people in general that didn't like the meme character of this series at all. There was even a new term invented that sounded like Skibidi toilet syndrome. It is rather a general term for what parents think concerns their children's behavior after watching this show. That one Moscow parent used this term as well while trying to describe his concerns about the detrimental effect this show is supposedly having on his children. Some parents have even documented how their children were getting kind of obsessed with the Skibidi toilet series, while also getting upset or angry after they got to be restricted from it or forbidden to watch it at all. Those children have been stated to sit in baskets or boxes and behave like Skibidi toilets, which actually seems more cute than scary to me. And what do you think, guys? Were any of you getting inside of the boxes as well, as if you were cats or anything? Write about it in the comments below. I won't tell your mom. Well, probably I won't. Those hilarious claims were so big that I even found out about the bunch of petitions demanding to ban Skibidi toilets from internet. I got really curious about the possible reasons the author provided his viewers for this series to get banned, and here's what I found. Distressful psychological impact, inappropriate content, cyberbullying potential, negative influence on behavior, and God knows what else. And to tell you honestly, guys, I think it's just getting really ridiculous at this point. At least that's what I think. But luckily for us all, those petitions seem to be really unpopular amidst the general crowd, and I found it to be for the better. I also discovered a bunch of articles stating that anti-Skibidi mood affected not only certain news titles, but also some parts of Steam, which is owned by the Valve Corporation, as you know. Because Boom uses particular Half-Life assets in order to create the models for his series, this may be the reason for Steam to ban some of the Skibidi-inspired games that were yet to be released on this platform, as they contained the copyrighted models or assets. And if you guys want to know my opinion on that thing, I'd say that I'm starting to get really tired of all this copyright takedowns and strikes. And it seems like this is not going to settle down anytime soon, because, for example, the Channel of Dom studio got one of copyright strikes recently, and heck, the whole situation around this was getting kind of messy, but thankfully, Boom intervened in it, and it seems like right now the things started changing for the better. Well, what can I say in the end of this? I noticed it a lot of times, how some politicians or really stubborn elder people were trying to ban something they do not understand at all or simply don't like. That includes not only Skibidi toilets, but also some social platforms as well, such as TikTok, Roblox, and I don't even know what else. This never-ending chain of events seems to be unstoppable, and all we can do here is just sit tight in our seats with some popcorn in our hands and have some fun while observing this whole circus show. I really doubt that there will be any actual consequences for Skibidi Toilet series or Boom himself. And honestly, I hope it's going to pass really harmless for anyone in general. And that was all for today. Right now, I'm looking forward to the next part of episode 70 of Skibidi Toilet series, which I believe to get released very soon. And I hope this hilarious news titles won't be an actual issue for Boom's creativity or productive process in general. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons not to miss my new videos. And that was me, IsoToilet. See ya!